All right, good afternoon. Oh, you got a lot of me there. I would say, based on the crowd in the room, most of the people here at Open Compute Summit probably don't think of Hewlett Packard and Open together, perhaps, or Hewlett Packard Enterprise, sorry. So we certainly live in exciting times, huh? And at Hewlett Packard Enterprise, we're committed to delivering innovation that advances the way that people live and work. My name is Tom Lattin, and I'm responsible for our ProLiant and Cloud system, our ProLiant and Cloudline systems that many of you use today, and hopefully you're considering for use in the future as well. And what that means is that my team is focused on delivering really IT building blocks, compute building blocks that equip you to be able to advance your businesses and create what's next for all of us, right, in our daily lives, in the way that we live our lives and the way that we work. And so we know that the pace of business today is very high. We all know, and we hear regularly as people talk to us, that change is accelerating even more. In fact, it used to be the case that we would say the only constant is change, and I would say that the only constant really is that the pace of change is, in fact, accelerating. And in our world, we know that the edge is absolutely critical to a lot of the innovation that's going on. But the edge doesn't exist for us without the data center. And so it's in the data center where that data that's captured or created at the edge gets compiled, gets processed, gets aggregated, and ultimately gets pushed back out into the services that we know that enable us to work in the way that we work and to live our daily lives in the way that we live them. But with the edge, with all of this innovation, it lands us in a world of highly distributed architectures. Right? Data and apps are absolutely everywhere. And in order for that environment to successfully stand up together, we've got to have the principle of standards, openness, industry collaboration. And that's why organizations like OCP and events like this that bring all of us together in the industry are so critical as we seek to advance the state of the art of systems in a very open and standard way. And so as HPE began to introduce products in this open philosophy several years ago, we initially focused on a core set of customers. And so for most of us in the industry, we would know these as, some would call these the tier 0 customers, some would call them the tier 1 customers, but absolutely the extreme kind of hyperscale environments. And we were doing custom products for these customers. This meant we had a completely separate R&D organization. We had a completely separate manufacturing and supply chain arm that were working very closely with customers to do very customized products one by one. We've moved from that into an era now where the products that we're offering designed on open principles have been derived from our standard product offerings. So this brings the benefit of a common engineering organization and a leveraged supply chain and manufacturing operation to be able to build products that are based on open compute principles and open compute standards, but built on a base of high volume and leveraged design from the rest of our portfolio. We still have the ability for large deployments to go do some specific customization on those products. And we'll talk a little bit more in a few minutes about the organization that we have that can help engage on those kind of efforts. Now, where we are going is in the direction of our entire product portfolio becoming open at its core. And by that, I mean instead of leveraging from our standard products today to create an open product portfolio, in the future, our primary design point is a foundation of open products that we will enhance, because as we all know, standards tend to have gray areas and gaps, and so there certainly are opportunities to innovate on top of the standards and kind of the open principles, but at our absolute foundation, that's going to be our design point. So the open products from HPE today, really embodied in our product portfolio that we refer to as the Cloudline products, are built on open principles, recognizing that cost, operational efficiency, flexibility are core to what you're seeking to implement to deliver the business capabilities for your organizations. But we take that concept or those principles and those products built on those principles and develop those with a global R&D organization. We deliver them through a global manufacturing operation and logistics that can deliver consistent product around the world. And then we back that with our award-winning service and support capabilities for those that would like some help in their operation. And we'll talk a little bit more about some of the unique service capabilities that we have and where we're going in just a moment. And so with that in mind, we are certainly a member of the OCP organization. We have been for many years, and in fact, we're a platinum member as a way not only to advance the industry, but also an expression of how important the open capabilities, the open environment is for us as we seek to help support you in what you're trying to accomplish. So, open is certainly a good kind of active word for all of us today, but this is for us built on a long heritage of standards, which is kind of the open, the precursor to what we know as open today. So the standards that we've been involved in many cases have actually led, date back into the 80s, where initially we were focused on bus standards, right? ESA and SCSI and SATA and buses like that connected components within the systems. That then evolved into standards being developed more at the data center level and in the management domain. And then to today, where we've got a high degree not just of standardization, but of actually cross-industry collaboration that's resulted in things that are like OCP or OpenFlow or OpenStack. Many of them are ones where HPE has been a contributor to, and in many cases like Gen Z and Open19, where we've been a founding member of. And so the next kind of major introduction of a standard is what we heard about announced earlier this week, which was the CXL standard, the Compute Express Link standard. HPE is one of the 9 co-founding members of the CXL organization. And CXL is an interface that's targeted at radically accelerating the connection between the CPU and devices in the system. And so it's built on the PCIe Gen 5 kind of electrical layer, and it brings together the I/O space, or the I/O connectivity and the memory connectivity. So think of this as the way in the system to be able to get a cache coherent memory capability and a memory load store capability on top of effectively what's the I/O bus. And so the initial target for CXL is CPU to accelerator, to really unleash the power of a lot of the co-processing or GPU, FPGA, et cetera, type of accelerators that are going into systems. It's quite complementary to the Gen Z standard that's been developed, where Gen Z is focused on the connectivity to scale systems and allow disaggregation. So the combination of CXL and Gen Z really creates a new future for the way systems are put together. Unleashes really the power of things like workloads that we know today, like rich media services, high performance computing, machine learning, and some of those future workloads that are in development today, or those that haven't even yet been conceived of today. So the product portfolio from HPE that is Cloudline, which is our open product set, I wanted to put it all on one page for you. So this is a pretty good cheat sheet for what our offering looks like. And it adds to it some of our most recent product introductions. So the new additions to the portfolio are the HPE CL2600, the CL2800, the 4100, and the 4150. All of those in Gen 10. So on the left side of the slide here is really our general purpose compute set of building blocks, the Cloudline 2600 and the 2800. These are built today on some of the industry's most popular 1U and 2P systems, the DL360 and the DL380, the ProLiant DL360 and ProLiant DL380. They take those as the base. We use standard peripheral components in these. And we also added an AMI BIOS capability into the systems today, so that these are truly open systems built on the volume of our ProLiant base. In the center, this is called Compute Server. That's a little bit of a mix of products here. The CL3100 is really optimized for Hadoop, Cassandra, and real-time analytics. It's a 1U server. And then the Cloudline 4100 and 4150, also a 1U system, but these are dual node. So the 4100 is an Intel Xeon-based system, and the 4150 is an AMD EPYC-based system. So in this, you've got 1U, 2 processors per node, and 2 nodes in each of those 1U systems. Then on the far right are really our large bulk storage optimized products, the Cloudline 5200 and the 5800. The 5200 holds within the space of 4U in the rack, will accommodate 40 large form factor hard drives. And then the Cloudline 5800 in that same 4U space will accommodate 100 large form factor hard drives. So with the target of really driving down the total cost on a dollars per gigabyte basis, these storage optimized, bulk storage optimized products are a perfect fit for that workload. At the bottom, I'm representing here our services portfolio. So this is certainly one of the attributes that HPE is well known for, is our services capability. And with Cloudline today, you can take advantage of our advisory and professional services, our financial services for leasing and other kind of financing arrangements. And then we've begun to introduce some of our operational services as offerings on top of Cloudline. Where we are going as the Cloudline products really integrate into the main kind of core flow of our offering is that we are adding to that our extended warranty services and accelerated warranty services through foundation care and data center care, and then the ability also to purchase on a flexible pay-as-you-go, pay-as-you-use-it basis our flexible capacity services. Now, these are not all lit up today as offerings, but over the course of the months of this year, in 2019, those will all become attributes that you can add to any of the Cloudline products. Now, in addition to products, manufacturing, services, we've got an engagement model, especially for our customers that are focused on the open principles, which has got a technical support team or a global technical engagement team that's ready to work with you. So in this team, this is a global team. We've got architects, we've got program managers to kind of help work through projects with you, hardware engineers and software engineers. And the type of engagements that they're looking forward to engaging with you on are technology consulting, as you kind of make choices about future technologies and whether to implement them or when to implement them. Any customization needs that you have to take our standard product offering and make modifications to that, to help with kind of choosing from the vast menu of products that we offer and the configuration options from that to create solutions that are really customized to meet your objectives. They can help with performance testing, proof of concept testing, power analysis and testing, and then they are a gateway for your voice into our future direction as well. So they'll work so closely with our customers, they become intimate kind of experts in what the priorities are, what the challenges are, what the opportunities are that you're looking to take advantage of, and they feed that insight back into our product development organizations so that we can orient our next generations of products and our future developments to better meet your needs. So this team is anxious to engage with you. You can, as you visit us here in the exhibit hall, we can help make sure that you're in contact with them. If you've got an HPE sales team already that's engaged with you, they'll know how to pull this team in to integrate with you. And if those fail, then you're certainly welcome to reach out to me, and I'll make sure that we can get you in touch with those folks. So we are very focused on open, and as I said, our heritage of standards is one that's important to where we are today in terms of our product offering. We've learned a lot from the standardization process, from where standards work and where they don't work, and we're excited about all of the momentum around open, and particular OCP in the industry right now. We know that you are too, or you wouldn't be here. So as y'all are creating new capabilities for your companies, and either implementing or considering implementing those on open, we absolutely want to travel that journey with you. So while you're here, we invite you to come visit us in booth C6. In the booth, what you'll find is we've got a virtual rack, which is a rack with a bunch of with some display screens on there, so that our experts that are there can take you on a tour of what our product offerings are and maybe help sort out some of the portfolio decisions that you would need to be making. We've got what we affectionately refer to as our petting zoo there. So a few of the products are actually there physically with covers off, and the team that's there can take you through the details of what's inside of there, why do we implement what we did, and would love to get your feedback as well on what you're seeing and how it fits or doesn't fit your needs, so obviously that we can evolve that to better meet your needs in the future. And then coming up just shortly this afternoon, Ed Holden, a member of my team, has got a presentation over in the exhibit hall that is an overview of an implementation that we've done on an autonomous driving solution. So would love for you to come hear from Ed, visit us in the booth, and anything else that's on your mind that you want to talk about or have questions about, we can do that. I think we've got a little bit of time right now, and if not, we'll stick around here afterwards. So thank you. Nobody's jumping up to a microphone. All right. We all enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you.